I think.
All right, looks like we're ready to go. Call this meeting to order. This is the regular meeting for the Shafter Planning Commission. It is Tuesday, January 12th. May the record state that all planning commissioners are present via Zoom. So we'll open up organizational business. Oath of office for newly appointed planning commissioners. And I will hand it over to City Clerk Vanessa.
My name is Vanessa. I'm going to administer the oath of office to reappointed Commissioner Peter Franz and newly appointed Commissioners Gus Olvera and John Sanchez. Go ahead and raise your right hand. And when I'm done, you can say yes or I do. Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and you will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which you are about to enter?
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
Congratulations.
All right. We have all been commissioned. Awesome. So we'll go on to organizational business. We're going to elect chairman and vice chairman. So I will entertain nominees for chairman for the upcoming year on the Shafter Planning Commission.
Yeah, I would like to nominate Commissioner Franz to retain his position.
I'll second that.
Any further nominations? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I move that nominations be closed.
Can we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Franz,
Aye.
Dunless,
Aye.
Olvera,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Aye.
and Weeby.
Aye.
All right, and we will open up nomination for vice chairman.
I'll nominate Ron Nunless for vice chairman.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we'll close the nomination for vice chairman and roll call.
Commissioner Nunless,
Aye.
Franz,
Aye.
Olvera,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Aye.
and Weeby.
Aye.
All right, great. Moving on. We'll move on to approval of the agenda. May I have a motion?
I make a motion, we approve the agenda.
Need a second?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Nunless,
Aye.
Olvera,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Aye.
Franz,
Aye.
and Weeby.
Aye.
I have a question. I don't see approval of the minutes. Is that do we not need to do that this time?
No, not
Okay.
on this agenda.
Okie dokie. All right, we will open up the public comment. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons wanting to address the commission on matters not listed on the agenda. Vanessa, do we have anyone who wishes to raise public comment?
I don't see any hands raised. There's no public comment at this time.
Okay, then we will close public comment and open up public hearing. We'll move right on to item number 1, development agreement number 19-17 for revisited tentative track number 6713. Staff, please take over.
Honorable Chair, members of the Planning Commission. This is Wayne Clausen, Planning Director for the City of Shafter. The applicant and property owner of the subject site is SelfHelp Enterprises, and Betsy McGovern Garcia is here tonight representing SelfHelp Enterprises, and will be here if you happen to have any questions regarding the project. Now, this particular development is interesting because SelfHelp builds affordable homes for folks in the community. And usually when they propose development, they usually request a density bonus for the development. And usually a density bonus request is joined with the actual project itself, like a tentative tract map. But in this case, your planning commission and council had approved tentative tract, revised tentative tract number 617 back in 2017. And SelfHelp Enterprises purchased the property after the map was approved and meeting the final requirements to actually develop the property. One of them is that they obtain approval of development agreement. They also submitted their bonus density request at the same time of doing the development agreement. So this development agreement goes beyond just doing the normal requiring of building fees, park fees, traffic impact fees. It's also implementing the actual density bonus that SelfHelp needs to make the homes affordable. And one of those density bonus requests is requesting that the lot width standards for this site be reduced so they could record a few more lots to develop the property. Next slide, please. So what we'll do, we'll first go over the site itself. So the site is in red, and that purple line that you see on there is the existing city limits. And so the city limit line for Shafter goes along the south side of West Los Angeles. It comes down the west side of Grimway, then goes west along the north side of the project site, then down east, then heads west again, and then down. So the site is just within the city limits. The property to the north is within the jurisdiction of Kern County, and the property to the west is within the jurisdiction of the property. And you'll see to the east of the site, you'll see that school development, that's Grimway Academy, which was built a few years ago. And there's an interesting connection with this project and that, which we'll point out in the history of describing the project. Next slide, please. So here's the actual development that SelfHelp is proposing. This tract map was approved originally for 25 lots. It's the site, it's 10 acres in size. It's zoned estate residential. So the minimum lot size in the estate zone is 10,800 square feet. The SelfHelp needed to get a few more lots in there. So they requested a lot width reduction from 90 feet to 80 and 78 feet for about 20 of the lots, which gave them 3 more lots. And they redesigned it somewhat. And but all of the lots are still over 10,800 square feet in size. They average like 11,100 square feet in size across all 28 lots. Next slide, please. So here's one of the homes that SelfHelp is proposing under the development agreement. And we always include the house minimum dwelling unit size for the homes under development agreements and elevation drawings. SelfHelp has an existing set of plans that they use for all of their affordable development. And here's one of the smallest, but it's a very nice looking house. This one is 1,265 square feet in size. And they go up to 1,480, I believe, in size. We'll see that in the development agreement. So here's one of the smaller homes, but one of the nicer homes. This home will be built on one of the 11,100 square foot lots in the development. Next slide, please. So in addition to the development agreement and all the standard requirements that we always provide in the development agreement, with the density bonus request, the development agreement will be implementing a minimum dwelling unit size from 1,260 square feet to 1,480 square feet. And the house plans, you can see all of them in Exhibit E of the development agreement. And again, it reduces the lot width standards, which is permitted under state law with a density bonus request. And the development will provide affordability for low-income single-family homeowners on all 28 lots. And this development agreement will require a density bonus agreement between the city of Shafter and SelfHelp prior to the issuance of building permits. And the purpose of the density bonus agreement is to establish the covenant for maintaining the affordability of those 28 units. Next slide, please. So the history behind this is the original tentative tract map was approved in 2006 for 71 residential lots on 23 acres. And we'll go to a slide that shows that original tract map. And then, as I pointed out on the aerial, the east half of the site was sold by the property owner to Grimway Academy, and they built their new academy on that site. And so remaining 10 acres left in the estate zone section, and the developer submitted a revised tentative tract map to build 25 lots on those 10 acres. And your planning commission and the city council approved that map in 2017. And with this latest proposal, the development agreement includes a density bonus request for 28 residential lots with reduced lot width standards on the same 10-acre site. And the density bonus request also addresses, under the development agreement, homes smaller than what's allowed under the estate zone. The estate zone, the minimum standard for a single family home is 1,450 square feet in size. And in this proposal, they're being reduced down to 1,265 to 1,480. Next slide, please. So here's the original tract map. So the right half or east half was the portion of the property that was sold to Grimway Academy and developed several years ago. And then the west half or left half is the original design for that 10 acres. And you see it worked for the original plan, but once that property was sold on the east half, that design no longer worked for developing the property. Next slide. So here's the map that was submitted and approved by your planning commission, city council for that 10 acres. And it shows the 25 lots. Now the Elmendorf Court Road, the one on the east side, at the end of that, the conditions of the map provide the property owner adjacent to the north that's in Kern County, provides them a gate so they can have access to their property because they have a parcel that was landlocked with this development. And so the property owner at the time and SelfHelp has agreed and talked with that property as well. And they'll install a fence that will be maintained. The lock will be maintained by that property owner, and only that property owner will have access through that gate to have access to their property. And on the west side, Ellison Court, you'll see the court has the traditional pie-shaped lots, but we like the lots that are perpendicular to the street. And so SelfHelp has redesigned that tract map. So we get these perpendicular lots to the street. So next slide, please. So here's that design, and we like that design because it removes the pie-shaped lots, and pie-shaped lots create parking issues because of the number of lots at the end of the road, and this particular design removes that. So staff is in favor of the design. The lots are still, again, 11,100 square feet in size on average. They meet the minimum lot size standard for the estate zone, even though there's 3 more lots that'll be approved with this development agreement. Next slide, please. So staff is in support of the design, the development agreement proposal. We're in agreement with the density bonus requests under the development agreement. And so staff is requesting the Planning Commission adopt resolution number 20-374, a resolution of the Planning Commission of the City of Shafter recommending the City Council adopt the addendum to the negative declaration that was adopted for tentative tract number 6713 and adopt development agreement number 1917 for revised tentative tract number 6713S set forth in Exhibit 1. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Clausen. I agree. The design of those lots, that looks nice, and I think the people who get those will be pleased with those. At this time, are there any other comments to staff before we open up the public hearing?
I've got a question for staff. Under number 1, under the project analysis, we are allowing the minimum size to go from 1480 to 1264. Is that going to set some kind of a precedent that's going to, pop up in the future? What kind of control do we have on that?
Yeah, Commissioner Wiebe, that minimum dwelling unit size would only be permitted under this development agreement only with that density bonus request. Normally, if this was a state development under a development agreement just for the original tract map, none of the homes could be less than 1,480 square feet in size as per the estate zoning, and likely in the development agreement, we would have required a minimum average of like 1,800 square feet. It is only through this density bonus request and SelfHelp's program to develop affordable housing on those lots, and that would be the only reason we would accept those smaller homes in this particular instance.
Okay.
For
Do you realize that it is very important to offer affordable housing for the city too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Director, for comparison purposes, the homes that are east of Grimway Academy, are they similar size to what is being proposed here?
No, I would say those are like probably on average 1,500 square feet in size. So they're fairly close to the larger homes that SelfHelp is proposing. Yeah, they're 1,600 square feet in size on average. Directly adjacent east of Grimway Academy. There's another SelfHelp development that's further east, closer to Shafter Avenue, and those homes were smaller, and it was under the same type of program.
I also have a question for staff.
Yes.
Is there future plans for additional access roads besides using Elizabeth to access the neighborhoods in that area?
Yeah, Commissioner, this has been a question that has come up many times when this tentative tract map has been proposed. Right now, Elizabeth Avenue is the only access to that location, and that's probably one of the reasons why the city has zoned that particular piece of property estate to make it large lots a long time ago, because there is no current development proposed west of that would allow Elizabeth to be built all the way to the west. So until those properties get annexed to the west, this will be the extent of the development of Elizabeth, unless there's some reason that comes up that the city needs to actually build a 2-lane road to Poplar. So it just depends on the development, future development.
Okay.
Is SelfHelp being asked to bring Elizabeth to the corner of their development here, or who's doing that?
Yes, they'll have to build the north half of Elizabeth along their entire development. And until, development occurs to the south, that portion won't be developed. So it'll just be the Elizabeth north half of it for their development, which works fine. They always have to build more than just the 1 lane. They have to make it a little bit wider, and then they have curb and gutter, sidewalk, block wall. So all those features will be there.
Okay, any more questions to staff before we open the hearing? All right, seeing none, we will open the public hearing. If you wish to speak for or against this item, we ask that you do so now.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name's Betsy McGovern Garcia. Can you hear me okay? Yep, I see a thumbs up. Great. Well, thank you for hearing the item this evening. Self-Help Enterprises has actually developed 225 homes in the community of Shafter. We started building in Shafter in 1968, and we finished our most recent subdivision in 2008. So it's been quite some time since we've had the opportunity to work in your community. We're really excited about this subdivision. We think it brings a great opportunity for local residents to achieve home ownership. And I'm here to answer any questions you might have about the project. And that's it.
Thank you, Betsy. Any questions for Betsy?
I have a question for Wayne.
Yes, Commissioner.
Could other developers ask for a density bonus?
Absolutely, Commissioner. And we just don't see a lot of them, but you know, that may change. The density bonus law was changed recently, and it provides developers a great deal more incentives to request density bonuses with their the development. It's likely that we will have to update the zoning ordinance to meet those, reflect those new requirements from the law and the city's zoning ordinance. And I failed to point this out in my presentation, but what's really important about this development is it will allow the city to achieve its housing element goals that we adopted in 2015 under our housing element. So this is a very important development for the city because we can apply all 28 lots towards our requirement for reaching low income housing. It's a very important development for the city. And hopefully in the future, we will see some more of these density bonuses, Chris, because like in this one, there was not an issue for reducing the lot width standard in the estate zone, not at all for this development. And that's probably the case for many developments. Usually the lots are much larger than what the zoning requires. And so there's really not an issue with reducing lot width standards. Often there's a request for reducing setback standards, particularly for rear yard backyard standards under a zoning ordinance. Often that's what developers will apply to make the lots a little bit smaller, but you know, provide a reasonable size home on the lot, which is usually what folks would like. So yeah, hopefully we'll see more of those in the future.
Thank you. Public hearing still open. Vanessa, is there anybody else who wishes to speak?
I don't see any hands raised, and there is no public comment at this time.
Okay, then we will close the public comment on this item. Any more questions for staff? I have one additional. On the east side of this development that butts up against Grimway Academy there, what is the be a block wall, or what is the fencing that'll be along that east side?
It's just standard fencing, wood fencing, Chairman. That's it.
Thank you. If there's no more questions, we'll entertain a motion.
Can I make a motion that we accept the recommendation as read?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Nunez,
Aye.
Olvera,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Aye.
Wiebe,
Aye.
and Franz.
Aye. Okay, public hearing is complete, and we'll move on to commissioner reports. Welcome to Gus and John. Nice to meet you guys digitally on Zoom, and look forward to serving with you.
Thank you, guys. Pleasure.
Thank you.
So I've got a question for Wayne.
Yes, Commissioner Wiebe.
When is your last meeting?
My last meeting will be in May.
Okay.
But I did want to provide a report, if I may, through you, Honorable Chair. I'd like to report that the California League of Cities is going to have their Planning Commissioners Academy on March 24th and 26th. And it's something that particularly the new commissioners should look at. We'll send you out some information. There's no information to send out right now. They've just scheduled it, but it's likely that the academy will be done virtually. So it's not something that you'll have to get up and travel to. You'll be able to view it when it's live. They have a number of conferences. And then also because the city registers you for the academy, you'll be able to, get a passcode where you can go back and look at all the information as, on any time you would like, whenever it's convenient for you to look at the conferences and the items that they held during that conference. So we will get that information to you, and I highly encourage you to sign up for that. Just Vanessa or Yasmina will get you that information. All you got to do is indicate, yes, sign me up, and we'll get you signed up for that. And then the other part is that would be May 11th would be my last planning commission meeting.
You will be missed, Director Clausen.
I'm sorry, I got old and there's nothing I can do about it.
What were the dates on the academy? March
24th through the 26th.
Yeah, good. Suzanne's been quiet tonight.
All we had was Wayne's little project. We'll fix that next month.
But if I may, through you, Honorable Chair, there will be a planning commission next month on February 9th. So look for that. We'll have at least one project, maybe two. And then we're going to have a busy planning commission schedule all the way through May. A number of projects have been submitted, so you will be busy all the way through May.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to our new people on the commission.
Thank you guys. Happy to be here.
All right, if there's nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
A second.
This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.